accounts profession in AI environment. Let's start with the recitation of Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Jazakallah. Now, I would like to call our host of the session, Mr. Mashood Ali Delon. Mr. Mashood is a fellow member of ICMA and CMA USA. He has been serving different industries at different leading roles more than 2 decades. He is very active in social activities. Currently, he is serving ICMA UAE Branch Council as a Vice Chairman and Chairman CPT Committee. He is also a host of CFO Coaching Club, Mecca Community for UAE chapter. He is also a Toastmaster and served as club president as well as area director. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Shira. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to all of you. As we know that each day there is some change in the world. And similarly, this change is happening in all areas, all professions. And this external change is sometimes impacting one profession, sometimes other. But this technology change has impacted every profession. If you recall, in 90s, when the computer revolution started, then definitely the finance and accounts professionals had to switch towards this change. And who did not agree on this change, he got or she got vanished. Similarly, it's not the scary movement that if we listen that generative AI is coming and it's swelling the professions. No, it's not swelling the profession. Again, the same thing is going to happen. Who will adopt it? Who will learn these new skills? He or she will survive and things will improve. We have to learn the new skills. Only the challenge is that we believe in this statement. We don't want to come out of our comfort zone. So that's why we as ICMAP UAE Branch Council, we realize that this topic is very important and people should not get scared out of it, but they should get aware about it. And we have a today very learned speaker, which is very kind always to me, honestly, and to our ICMAP. Last year, we did also on the OKR. So he delivered a wonderful presentation and shared the knowledge with us. This time, I again requested, it's a well-known personality, and it's Dr. Muhammad Al-Rubi. He's a global finance and strategic leader since more than 20 years, have been serving in different organizations, mainly is J&J, Novartis, Allergan, Takeda, and many other multinational companies he served. And especially, mashallah, he is also a believer of continuous skill development and how it is witnessed. He's global top 200 power leaders. He was declared best FNP Year Award Middle East, 10 best CFOs in Asia Award, member of MEA, FP and A Council of AFP, CGMA, FPSC Certified Corporate FP and Pay Professional from AFP, CSCA Certified Strategy and Competitive Analysis from IMA, OKRP Certified from OKR Institute. He did MBA in finance and recently he did also the PhD. Mashallah, I know him personally and it's a very inspiring personality, very cooperative, very humble, always willing to help. And that's why today he's here. Over to you, sir. You will tell us about the future of finance and accounts profession in this very scary environment, which we feel generative AI, but I think you feel it's not scary. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mashood, for inviting me for today and for this great introduction. Really, I'm very happy to be here with this great community, with this great, group. So, inshallah, it will be a very interesting session for everyone. So, let me start sharing my screen, and we can talk about the journey of the AI as you talked about, Mashood. In a second, let me share my screen. Let me make it full screen. Okay. So today we have a very interesting topic about generative AI. And as Mr. Mashoud said that every day we have new things. Every day new things about AI, new technology, new solutions, new platform. So AI is evolving, big time, day over day. So today we're gonna learn what does it mean by generative AI, how it works, what are the key applications of the generative AI, and also we're gonna learn how to, include AI in our day-to-day finance functions and how to merge it with our current business model. So let me start first with generative AI. What does it mean by generative AI? This is something very important to people to understand. What does it mean by generative AI? So guys, generative AI is the generative artificial intelligence, which is a subset of the traditional AI. Traditional AI was helping us in some, key things, key decisions, but it was not generating new things. But now generative AI can generate new things. So generative AI has the capability to generate new content, such as text, images, audios, videos. So generative AI now can create new things, not just analyzing a current data and helping us for some decisions. Even in the finance function, generative AI is a big help to the finance functions to generate business insights, helping us in different forecasting scenarios, scenario planning, scenario analysis, helping us in predictive analytics, helping us in writing recommendations. So generative AI is not a crystal ball, but it comes close to it. So it can help us in many areas in finance, especially the things related to scenario planning, scenario analysis, risk management, and many other areas of financial planning and analysis, and many other areas. So how the generative AI work? Generative AI is a component of three things. Number one, machine learnings. Generative AI, guys, is learning from data. Once you provide them a data, they started to learn from it. Once you provide more data, so they analyze the data, understanding the outcomes. If it's correct, they're gonna learn it. If it's wrong, you correct them. So generative AI always learning from data. It's a machine learning from our data, learning from our feedback, learning from analysis, learning from data from different sources. So it is learning all the time. This is, we call it a machine learning, right? Number two, it has a complex algorithms. So generative AI has very complex algorithms, so it can help you in many areas in finance using different algorithms, like regression analysis, multiple regressions, dealing with very complex scenarios, very complex risk factors, very complex scenarios and risks. So it can run with the very complex data, very complex drivers, and generate for us something new, which is the heart of the generative AI. Number three, it has a neural networks, something like mimicking our human brains. So this is why I'm telling you generative AI is different from the traditional AI. Generative AI is thinking and generating new things. Once you share some input, some information, some data, so generative AI can use this inputs and creating something new. And this is a difference also between generative AI and RPA. Because sometimes I receive this question many times. People was confused about what is the difference between RPA, robotic process automation, and generative AI. Okay, there is a big difference. Okay, number one, RPA or robotic process automations only following our rules, following our guidelines, following our setup. So the RPA does not think, they don't think. They only following our rules. So I can build a robot using RPA technology, for example, and telling robot, Mr. Robot, please open the website, download the exchange rate from every bank in Pakistan, giving me the exchange rate between Pakistani rupees and euro or US dollar or whatever on daily basis. And Mr. Robot summarize these exchange rates from all banks in Excel files and send it to me by email. So the robot will follow my rules. The robot cannot generate new ideas or new things. They only follow our rules. So RPA can help us to automate automate routine tasks, automate big volumes, but without thinking, just following our rules and our setup. This is RPA. But generative AI is different. Generative AI is creating new things. They are thinking or mimicking human brains. So generative AI can give you scenarios, giving you new thoughts, new ideas, new things. So generative AI is different because generative AI is thinking, but RPA does not think, just follow our rules. This is a big difference between RPA or robotic process automation and generative AI. So, as I said, traditional AI can analyze data, can make predictions, can make decisions based on a certain rules using historical information, but without generating new content. But since generative AI entered to the market, it make a big change. And examples definitely of generative AI like ChatGPT, like Gemini, like Manos, like Copilot, all of them are generative AI. They are creating new text, new presentations, new ideas, new scenarios. So this is the difference between generative AI and the traditional AI. So we are as a finance professionals, we always think, how can the AI help us? Number one, AI can help us in enhancing financial decision making. So we can use AI in analyzing our data. And I still remembering, in the history, let's say 5 years ago or 10 years ago, as a finance professional, we had to spend hours and hours and days just analyzing data, trying to understanding the relationships between data, understanding the trends, understanding the regressions, the relationships between two variables, and we spend hours, dealing with data and processing a predictive analytics. So it was, a very complex process for us. But now we have AI, can do it for us in no time, in few minutes. This is something very helpful for finance professionals. Also, can help us in financial decision making, right? I can use AI in giving me some recommendations, some scenarios, sharing with them the data, and they can help me in analysis, and even not just analysis, in also giving me some insights, which is something very useful. At the same time, guys, this is something very important. We cannot rely at the moment, we cannot rely 100% on AI to do for us everything, right? To analyze our data, giving recommendation, and we take it as is, right? What we have to do is using AI to save our time. So if I have to do a task like getting the dump of the data from our financial results and getting some also non-financial data, and making deep dive analysis, and then taking the outcomes by understanding the relationships and making some analysis, and then creating recommendations and building, let's say, a presentation. Okay, so AI can help me, I see, at least save at least 70% of my time in dealing with the data, analyzing the data, organizing, understanding the relationships, understanding the data between variables, and giving me some recommendation. Then I should use my human input, human judgment, first of all checking the sense of the data, the accuracy of the outcomes came from the AI analysis, and then adding my input as a human based on my experience, based on my business understanding. So AI helped me to at least saving 70% of my time for the decision making things. Number two, we can use also generative AI in transforming the financial reporting. So it can help us in automating our financial reporting. I use many organizations using AI for making very good reports, charts, also for reconciliations, for generating new charts, new reports, PowerPoint presentation. So AI can help us big time also in financial reporting. The third element, which is very helpful also to the finance people, which is using AI in risk management, like portfolio management, fraud detections. So AI also is a big help in this area as well. So we can see how AI is a very, very important tool enter to the market, helping the finance professionals. Also, for the FP&A functions and for other areas also in finance, generative AI is a big help. It can help us in making a very advanced forecasting tools. I see now some AI features and tools can help us in building a predictive analytics. So I can share with them, let's say, our sales for the last 12 months, 24 months, and based on that, they can help me to build a predictive analytics for the coming next year or 12 months or for 24 months or whatever. So they can help us in building a predictions or a forecasting, right? Based on what? Based on understanding the historical data. So the AI understands the historical data, understand my seasonality, understand my trends, and build a regression analysis. Also, I can share the data related to two variables, one dependent, one independent. So I can say, Mr. AI, this is our sales data, this is our marketing and promotion data, and you can see the relationships between how the impact of our promotional investment versus what we generated as a revenue. So AI also can understand the relationships between my promotional activities and my sales activities. And based on those two variables, one dependent, one independent, they can help us in predictive analytics. So I can run like a scenarios. What will happen if I invested 1 million rupees? What will happen if I invested 2 million rupees? What will happen if I invested 3 million rupees? So they can run for me different forecasting scenarios using multiple regression using AI. So AI can help the FP&A team, the financial planning analysis team, in running different ways of predictive analytics, right? Also, sometimes we can build, a predictive analytics using, 2 or 3 drivers or 2 or 3 variables, right? I can use that in Excel, for example, using data analysis, right, or the analysis tool pack, right? But if I have a very complex data, very complex variable, what will happen if the currency devaluation became, 40 instead of 50? What will happen if oil price increase? What will happen if the new competitor? So if I have many variables and many multiples of drivers and risks factors and assumptions, it would be very difficult to run that through just simple Excel model, right? In that case, AI is a big help for me to run this complex analytics. So AI can help me in the FP&A, especially in the forecasting process. Also, if I have a very big data, who can help me in that? AI can analyze for you big data in no time, in few minutes. So it's very big help at that. Also, the people who are working in the investment and stock market or the investment and portfolio management, AI can help them that understanding the how to optimize their portfolio, which share is generating the right return, which share should be we have to reduce that from our portfolio. So to optimize your investment portfolio, AI also is a big help in that as well. Please feel free, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop your questions so we can answer that at the end of our session. So please don't forget to drop your questions so to answer them at the end of our webinar today. Let me share with you some case studies of a big organizations implemented the generative AI and how AI helped them to improve their business. Let me start with a big organization, which is JP Morgan. I believe this is one of the biggest, finance, institutions in the world, and they had a business problem. What was their business problem? They needed a solution that could help them to analyze the market data in a real time and make, you know, trading decision to minimize profit. Sorry, to maximize profit. To do that in a very, very short time, because in the investment and the financial institutions, you need to make a very, very quick decision, right? So how can I analyze all the trends in the market, all the dynamics happen to the market, and make a very, very quick decisions and optimize and maximize our profits? Was their business problem. So JP Morgan implemented AI, and they integrated AI algorithm into their trading systems. So instead of only depending on the human judgment, no, they introduced the AI. That algorithm helped them to analyze quickly the market news, analyze also the historical data, analyze the current trading trends, and they make a very quick, a rapid decision-driven making. The AI also learned from the past transaction. No, in the previous transaction, I succeeded to maximize the profit by 5%, but I made a mistake here and I made a mistake there. So the algorithm automatically using the machine learning and continuous improvement of their strategy. Until what? Until they reached a very high level of accurate decision making. What was the results? Number one, they succeeded to improve and increase the trading efficiencies with a reduced latency. Number two, they succeeded to enhance their trading accuracy and resulting a very high profit versus the period that before the implementing the AI. And also they succeed to improve the risk management by minimizing the trading losses based on wrong decisions, right? So you can see how AI helped companies like JP Morgan, and JP Morgan, they are dealing with billions, right? So if you just improved your decisions by just 5% for a business that has a billions, for sure the impact would be huge, right? So you can see now how AI is a big help for such kind of organizations. Okay, the second case, which is about another big organization, which is the BlackRock. Also, BlackRock is a global investment management company, wanted to optimize its algorithm of trading strategies. So they was thinking of a solution to help them to make informed decision making and minimize risks. So also BlackRock leverage generative AI to enhance their algorithm related to trading and using market analysis and analyzes what happened in the market, the economic indications, which is the external factors, and the trading trends in the real time. To support what? To support a data-driven decisions aim to optimize the return on the while managing the risks. So what happened and what was the outcomes from implementing AI? They succeeded to increase their trading efficiencies, reducing trading errors, enhancing competitive advantages versus the other financial markets that are not using AI. So you see again how AI helped big organizations to minimize risks, improve return on investments, and having a competitive advantage versus the other competitors. Last but not least, another big global company used AI in risk detections. How do they use AI? So this company want to find a solution to identify and prevent fraudulent activities within their customers' accounts. And as you know, that this kind of fraud activities could make a big impact, negative impact on the company's reputation, the relationships with the customer. So fraud detection is something very crucial, especially in the financial institutions and in the banking system or any online payment transactions, right? So they succeeded to implement the generative AI to analyze all the transaction data, accounts activity, user behavior to detect any unusual patterns. I know, for example, Mr. Mashoud is only traveling between Dubai and Pakistan. If I see a transaction happening in Ukraine or in France or in Germany, no, something suspicious. This is not his usual behavior, right? So automatically the AI detect any unusual patterns happen and clearly and immediately raise the flag and highlighting and alert any to the security team in the real time. So you can see now how AI understanding the behaviors of the users, so seeing how people using their debit cards or credit cards or whatever, and they know the usual behaviors of the people and quickly detect any unusual transaction using what? Using also generative AI. So what happened after implementing the generative AI? Number one, they reduce the instant fraudulent activity and any unauthorized accounts access. They enhance the security and the trust with their customers, which is something very, very crucial to the financial institutions. And also this streamlines the fraud. Cannot only depend on people to track these millions of daily transactions, right? So AI helped them quickly to quickly identify any unusual transactions based on understanding the behavior of each user and each account. So AI also in the FP&A functions, which one of my favorite areas, can help them in many areas. So we can automate our budgeting and forecasting process. I can use AI in building predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, run different scenario planning with a very complex drivers. So it can help me to improve my driver-based planning, improving my dynamic planning in any forecasting process. Also, it can help me in many areas related to management reporting, creating charts, getting business insights, analyzing my data and create, for me, business insights, which can help me to quickly understand what happened in our performance. So AI also can help us in the strategic planning, run different scenarios. So you can see, guys, AI can help us in many areas in finance. Now we need to understand how to build the digital capabilities in our finance functions. We understood how important using technology, how important using AI in the finance functions. You saw how many business cases I shared with you today, how to use AI in budgeting, planning, forecasting, risk management, optimize your portfolio, making the right investment decisions, calculating your ROI, optimizing your portfolio. So AI can help in many, many areas in finance. So now we need to learn how can I build AI and digital capabilities inside my organization. Number one, we have to agree on something. And thank you, Mashhood, for raising this point, that sometimes people feel a risk of AI. What I can tell everyone, AI does not replace people, okay? But people who use AI might replace the people who don't use AI. Why? Because I know someone can do the job in 10 minutes, another one can do the same job in 2 hours. Which one I will choose? For sure, the person who utilize and leverage AI and do the job in definitely more efficient way, right? AI could replace the jobs which are a routine jobs, right? If I have every day do the same job, downloading the data from the ERP system or downloading the data from internet, doing the same jobs every day, definitely I can help in, in automating these tasks and definitely replacing people. But if you are working in a position that has a mix of human intelligence plus some routine tasks, AI will not replace you. But the people who use AI will replace people who don't use AI. Why? Because as I said, the efficiencies of work. Okay. So before talking about how we embed or include the AI in the finance functions, we have first to understand what should the people do and what should the machine does, right? So this is what the machine can do for us. This is what the AI can do for us. AI can do for us what? Calculating, صح? Calculating, comparing actual versus budget, calculating trends, calculating the the regression analysis, calculating multiple regressions, making predictions, can making many types of calculation, right? AI can help us in prediction. As I said, they can use historical data using input from different sources, and based on that, they can help us in prediction, right? AI can help us in process and execution, can help us in warning, like in the risk management warning. I see an unusual transaction here. I see a fraud case there, So it can help us in warning, in informing. They can use also enforcing certain rules, can help us in certain simple decisions, not the complex or strategic decisions, and in generating advices, right? I can share with the AI the financial statements, the historical data, and they can advise me, look at, you have a risk here in the cash flow, you have a profitability issue here, you should improve your sales mix, you should improve your cash flow forecast. So they can help us in some, simple advices, okay? So this is what the AI or the machine can do for us, correct? Why we need people? We still need people. Why? Number one, the strategy and design. AI cannot set a full strategy for us, right? Because we have to, understand our external factors. We have to ask people the right questions, analyze our business, analyze our competitors, analyze our markets, thinking about our vision, our mission, our situation analysis. So this is something usually done by people, right? Human intuition and judgment. Who's gonna make the critical decision? Yes, AI can give you some recommendation, can make for you the analysis, but who's gonna make the judgment, the final decision, the strategic decision? People, right? If the machine didn't give us the right answer, or if there is some exception happened to the process, who's gonna handle that? People, right? Who's gonna make complex decision, which is a combination of facts and mathematical and scientific decisions and the human impact, right? Or the other non-financial impact. People, correct? Who's gonna build the algorithm for the machine? People, right? Who's gonna teach the machine? People, right? Who's gonna correct if the machine made any mistakes and teach the machine and make it having it continuous learning? People. So we definitely need people. Who's gonna build the algorithm? Who's gonna put the rules? People. So we need both. So the successful functions is the functions that can combine machines or AI with the people. Okay, this is what we need to understand and leverage. Okay, so how it works. Number one, we build the algorithm, right? I build the algorithm, so the data science people build the algorithm, right? For the AI. Then the AI started to execute and calculate and generate for us new output, correct? Then what happened? People get informed and advice about what's right, what's wrong. Yes, this input is making sense. That does not make sense. No, we need to fix that. So people will teach the machine. And then the machine will adapt and plan again and again. And it's like a cycle. So people build the algorithm. AI give you based on the algorithm outcomes or outputs. Based on that, you will see which one is right, which one is making sense. You teach the machine, and the machine adapt and learn, and it will be a continuous learning. This is how the relationships between people and machine works. Okay, Now, how to develop the digital capabilities in our organization? So you told us that AI is very important. We understood how important the AI can help us in many areas, in risk management, in FP&A, in budgeting, planning, forecasting, reconciliations, many things, right? And now we understand that there is tasks that machine should do, and there are another tasks that people should do, right? So the third step is how can we develop a digital capabilities inside our organization as a finance functions. If you are a finance manager or a CFO or whatever, how can you build the digital capabilities in your organization? We always have this, challenge. We have people understand their business very well. They know their business, they know their products, they know their customers, they know their chart of accounts. And we have a data science people who understand statistics, understand machines, know how to write a code, how to build algorithms. But these people, don't understand business. We understand business, but we don't understand their language, right? If they ask me about some sophisticated, formulas or language or whatever, or data science terminology, I might not understand it as a finance people, right? So we need to learn how can we, combine and have it as a successful, combination. Okay. So what we suggest is inside your organization, you need to build something called center of excellence. Okay. People are very strong in data science. People know, statistics, because statistics is very crucial for the, building the models and the algorithms, right? How to build regression analysis formula, multiple regression, blah, blah, blah. And we need people to understand programming like Python or whatever, right? And they need to understand business. At the same time, your finance team understand business, understand finance, understand IFRS, but the data science don't. So what should we do is to select from your finance team the people who are passionate about digital, people are passionate about AI, and try to give them basics of data science. This is what I need from you. I'm not asking finance people to be a programmer. This is not our job. If you need to move to data science, that's a very good career, but it's a different career. Okay. So what we need from finance people is to understand the basics of data science, understand the basics of statistics. Why? Because we need to speak a language that the data science people can understand. We understand business and they understand data science. How can we speak with each other? So finance people can learn basics of data science, basics of statistics to speak the same language, same as the data science people. And then they will teach and share the knowledge, business knowledge, with the data science people. But both can work together because they understand each other. They understand the language. When the data science team asks the final, what about multiple regression? They understand what does it mean by multiple regression. What about this language? They understand what does it mean by that, right? So this is how we build a successful, combination and having the balance between finance people and data science people. So this will help us to having a very successful finance functions, leveraging technology, leveraging leveraging the knowledge of the data science people by speaking with them the same language and understanding the basics of the stuff that they are doing right now. So that collaboration can help us to have a very powerful finance functions, people understanding their business, understanding their finance, understanding their accounting. At the same time, the data science people will understand from us business and we understand from them the areas related to the data science and we speak the same language. This kind of collaborations is very successful for any CFO wants or head of finance to build a very successful finance function that can leverage AI and leverage technology in general. as we know that AI is very big help to finance people, as I said, can help us in risk management, in prediction, in budgeting, planning, forecasting, financial analysis, generating recommendation, generic reports. It's a very, very big help to find. But at the same time, there are also disadvantages, or we can say challenges or risks that we have to know and consider when we use AI. What are the key challenges and risks we might face when we implement the or use the AI? Number one, bias. What does it mean by bias? Bias means when people build the algorithm, they might build the algorithm to support a certain decisions or to support a certain groups, which is called a bias. This is why when we sit with the data science people or when we assign a company to build for us AI algorithm, we have to ensure that we understand very well the logic of the algorithm. It shouldn't have any bias. It shouldn't push for a certain decision or a certain areas that supporting special groups or supporting special decisions. Number two, data privacy. Every day I receive the same question. Can I use which tool I can use to make for me financial analysis? Which tool I can use to make for me a presentation? Guys, there is something very, very important for everyone. Before using AI, you should know which platform is secured, which platform I can feel secure when I share my company's financials or my customer financial. If I'm working in a consulting company, I should know which platform is secure. Okay, and at the moment, not all the AI platforms are secure, right? And all of you know that, right? If you put your financial statement or any confidential data on the open source or open AI platforms, for sure your data will be unsecured, right? And you can expose to, other competitors or other people can access your data, right? So you have to ensure that when you use AI, that it is within your ecosystem if you are using your confidential data. As you see, one example like Microsoft Copilot, right? Microsoft Copilot could be embedded in your Microsoft ecosystem inside your organization. This could be used. However, other platforms, if you put your financials or customer financial, for sure, it will be exposed to risks, right? There are some, workaround, and this is also a good, practices that sometimes people, incubate or sorry, like, encrypt their data. By what? Instead of putting the name of my products, I can put other letters, right? Or other, codes or other things. Instead of putting my product A, I can put 1, 2, 3 when I upload the data into the AI platform. So when I put the data in the platform, no one can know that this data is related to my company, right? Because instead of putting the product's name, I put certain codes. 1, 3, 4, 5 for product B, 5, 6, 7 for product C. So when I complete the full analysis, I can again make a mapping between the data came from the AI within my internal data, and again, put the right name of my product on my internal files, right? So this is why, guys, be very, very, very careful when you use any, shared or open, data for AI. Number three is regulatory compliance. This is also something very important when you implement any AI inside your organization. You should ensure regulatory and compliance. You cannot some industries you cannot share the customers' names, cannot customer data, private data, privacy of patients if you are working in pharmaceutical or healthcare. No, there are many things that we have to ensure before using the AI. Last but not least, also the unethical usage. As you see many cases that people use AI fake, and I see, case, if you saw that in the media, that one, there was a group that using AI, they created like a fake conference call using the same voice, the same picture of the CEO of a certain company, and the CEO spoke to the people inside his company and asking them to make some certain financial transactions, and people believe this is their CEO, and they saw this is a live video, a live conference call with their CEO. But after the transacting this data, they discovered that this guy was not his CFO and this is a fake AI person. This is why there are many cases of unethical usage of AI. This is why we have to consider all of these things, ensure compliance, ensure regulatory compliance. And when you implement any AI tool inside the organization, please, get advice and consult your cybersecurity team, your IT team, to ensure your data is secured and in a safe way. Okay. So, what are the key takeaways for our webinars today? Number one, AI does not replace people, but people who use AI might replace the people who don't. Change a hiring profile. If you are a CFO or finance manager and you are hiring a people, hire the people who are passionate about digital, having a digital savvy or technology savvy. Why? Because now technology became a must. We have to leverage technology to work more efficient, more agile, instead of just focusing and wasting time on low value adding activities. Start a citizen data science development program. Give a training to your finance people with the basics of data science, statistics, and develop that leadership, develop the plan in their, annual development plan, and ensure that they are up to date with the new speeds of AI and finance. So I will pause here and I will answer. I'm here to answer any questions. So
Yes,
feel free.
first of all, Doctor, thank you very much for covering every area. What is generative AI and what is its role in finance and how we can use it and what precautions should take. I have the question. So one question from our one member, Wasim Ahmed. Do we have any free generative AI available in market like Chat GPT, and which one is most recommended? And in addition to that, I will add the question that should we go for the paid version of something to make sure the privacy? What is your guidance?
Yeah, that's a very good question. First of all, there is no one AI platform can support all the purpose. This is something we have to understand. Okay, each one has their strengths. I know some AI platform very good in data analysis, but they are not good in creating videos. Another one is good in creating videos, but not in good data analysis. Another one is good in dealing with Microsoft Office, for example, like Copilot and secured, but it's not having the full capability like ChatGPT. So each one has its own strengths and weakness. So we cannot say there is one single AI platform can be used for everything. Okay, this is my point. So you have to learn which one is strong in which area. Okay, which one is strong in data analysis, which one in visualization, which one in making research. Each one has their own features. From paid and is all the paid are secured? The answer is no. It's not necessary if the platform is paid is secured. This is not the case. Sometimes it's paid because they are giving you more features. Instead of making for you 5 videos, it can make for you 100 videos or 50 videos. Okay, so it's not related to security.
Okay. So is there any recommendation like as you mentioned that for data analysis, some are good for some other reporting purposes and some videos creating and these kind of things, some are good. So what is the high level recommendation? Definitely we are not propagating any product, but just for the quick guidance for or what parameters they should consider while looking for these kind of things.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, for example, Manus is now is making very powerful things for people, especially in finance. Manus also, if you created like AI agents, can help you big time in many things that especially for finance people. Microsoft Copilot making amazing things with the Microsoft tools, and no one in finance not using Excel, right, or PowerPoint, right? So definitely, Copilot, the new version of Copilot can do crazy things with Excel, and I saw many things that I was impressed. some tasks it was for us in the previous takes from us hours. Now in no seconds, you can just put a formula. Even there is AI formulas now using Copilot in the Excel. So for data analysis or using Microsoft stuff and secured, I believe Copilot. For research, there are ChatGPT for sure is very good for researches, for recommendations, for giving you advices. Manus for AI agents, but also others have AI agents. So I cannot tell you exactly, which one is the best, Mashhur, but you have to know the feature and benefits of each one and see which one is is the best fit for your requirement. But I want to, if you have 5 minutes, I want to share with the team one new features I have learned also, because I'm working, in the training and the education. I believe all of you might have this kind of situation. There is a very, very powerful AI tool. You can upload for them even one book. You can upload for them 200 slides. And in few minutes, they create for you a summary of this book using a podcast. Can you imagine? So
Oh,
yes, it's amazing. I will share it with the team now, okay? And I use it myself. Even I had that situation because one client, asking me to deliver a training just 48 hours before the session, and give me 100 slides. So definitely you don't have time to read 100 slides, analyzing them, and deliver a training. So I uploaded this 100 slides to this AI tool, asking them summarize it for me in a format of podcasts. It was amazing, Mashoud, amazing. They summarized the full 100 slides in a very simple way, very simple language, like a dialogue between man and woman, okay? And they make it in any language. You can imagine, I uploaded in English and asked them to make it in Arabic. They make it even using the local language. It was amazing. You can upload a book in English and asking them make a podcast in Urdu. So it's very, very powerful, and you can listen it. I was listening to that podcast during my driving to the client to deliver the training. So it was very powerful, and I will share it with the team right now.
okay,
Okay.
great.
So
That's great. Another question is that can we use the AI in the marketing? And if yes, then what are the practical methods?
that definitely AI is I see replacing many marketing jobs. Okay, AI can help you in creating all the content you need, just sharing with them some insights about your products, your competitors, and they can create all the social media content for you. They can create for you the images, can create for you the videos. You can create for them. Definitely, they can do a lot of things in the market. They can analyze your competitors. They can analyze the reactions of the competitors. So definitely, big help in market. I see one of the key um, uh, 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 functions that get benefit from AI is marketing. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, another question is this practically possible that we can use the generative AI and upload the Word or PDF or Excel files and ask to process the file by summarizing the ratios, analyses, and forecasting for decision making by adding even the charts?
Yes. In no time. I just can, because the time is very tight, but you can just upload the full financial statement. Even you can use it for any public listed company, okay, which is data is not is already published. Just download the data annual report of, let's say, of Meta. Meta is the company for Facebook and Instagram, right?
Hmm.
Just took this financial statement and upload it to even ChatGPT, okay? And tell them, please, make for me full financial analysis and with the management reporting recommendations, based on this data. In few minutes, they will make for you full financial analysis comparing, the ratio, all the ratio analysis, everything, liquidity ratios, profitability ratios, and they will write for you 4 reports, okay, and even give you recommendations in no minutes, in few minutes, Mashhood, with the chart,
Okay.
with the graphs, with everything. But just
So
it's about know how to write the right, prompt. But definitely it's dope. Yeah.
okay, and what do you say that if there is already like SAP, Oracle ERP system or something is there, then can we engage the AI to read the information and make some analysis directly by reading from the database, or something is not possible?
It is possible, but you have to ensure the right security. Yes, it's possible,
Hmm.
definitely, but you need to ensure the security, especially if you are talking about your ERP system, which is something very, critical and confidential, but it's working. Yes, definitely it's working. Some people using APIs to, not to give access to the real, database. So we can use APIs, which is, without giving access to your ERP system, but giving like a mirror of your data. But yes, it's working. Yes, yes.
One colleague asked Hamza that can we automate tasks in AI such as Excel macros and in Excel PowerPoint query data cleansing and kind of things, like there is a lot of data and then we can set the pattern just to choose or summarize that data or pick that data which is required basically and ignore the unnecessary data.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, it's working. Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Some colleague asked that can we create our own generative AI chatbot for our firm? I think you mentioned Copilot agent now Microsoft has introduced and other some software you mentioned
I'll-
that chat
yeah.
agent. Can you
I'll-
explain more?
Yeah. Actually, creating AI agents is very good, and I see also some good examples. Sometimes, Mashood, let's say I'm a CFO, okay, and I'm not expert in tax, okay, in taxation, okay. So what I do, I can upload all the tax regulation in the country I'm working in, okay, even all the tax books I can upload, but definitely should be a reliable source. To that AI agent, I can create AI agent for tax, and it can be my consultant for the taxation. So no need to hire a tax consultant, and I can just ask them, what about this one? What do you think? You answer me immediately. I can upload all the IFRS, all the IFRS. No need to remember all the IFRS. I can upload it and create agency for IFRS. So when I face any accounting situations that I don't know what is the right treatment, I can ask my AI agents to reply to that.
Oh, great. That's amazing, honestly.
Yeah. AI became crazy.
Crazy things. Okay, so what is the understanding of data science for? Okay, is there any recommended courses or something? Some colleagues ask that how they can learn these things. Maybe in the job, this is not possible, or due to security, the organization is not allowing. Then, what is the best way to learn these tools? Is there any website or courses? What you recommend?
Yeah, there are many courses, for AI, and some of them even some for free. Even the big technology companies already offering AI programs for free, like Google, like Microsoft and IBM. They all are already offering AI courses for free. But if you need something very customized to finance people or whatever, there are also some organization providing this one. In Hofta Academy, for example, are providing AI for finance or for FP&As. But if you need just to learn AI in general, there are many things, even for free, as I mentioned, by already offered by the big technologies companies like Google and IBM and this kind of companies. Yes.
Okay, great. Actually, we have many questions, but unfortunately, we are not having much time because there is another webinar which is planned basically after this webinar. But Doctor, what I if I summarize from your all this sharing, that it no need to be scared, okay, and only the thing that we need to come out of our comfort zone and need to learn these latest skills, and ultimately this will create more opportunities, more time availability, quality time availability, and one guy can do multitask earlier which was doing like as a AP guy or AR guy. Now that finance professional can be enough competent that he can do more value addition to his organization or to his roles. So nothing need to worry except to come out of the comfort zone. Am I right?
Yes, 100%, 100%, Mashood. Totally agree.
Oh, okay, that's only the scary. We don't want to come out of
No.
the comfort zone. Thank you very much, Doctor. It was very wonderful learning, and in a short time you shared a lot. So I would request our Chairman Branch Council UAE ICMAP, Mr. Muhammad Rizwan, to come and say thank you to the speaker and all the participants on behalf of the ICMAP UAE branch. Over to you, Mr. Rizwan.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, Mashur sir. Mashood sir,
Sir.
actually, I am little sick. I cannot speak properly. Can you do it on my behalf this time?
No, thank you very much. Sorry for that one, because I know I was thinking maybe if you would be able. By the way, thank you very much, all the participants. It's for approximately 125 people who attended and continuously remain engaged. And we tried our best that within this short time, we can share with you about this very important topic. And believe me, there is nothing new. There is only one thing, that is your willpower, that is your passion, which you have. Then nothing new thing can impact you, because jobs are there, business must be there, and business need the people to run it, and it means you are there. So no job loss is there. If you are ahead of the market, then no need to worry. Thank you very much, Mr. Shafiq. Thank you very much, Hira, for supporting us, and all the ICMAP team, headquarter team, Asim Saab and his team, for supporting us to organize this, all the webinars. Thank you once again, Doctor. Would you like to give the punchline on the end?
Yeah, I believe the punchline, you already said it, Mashood, AI will not replace people, but believe me, guys, AI is very, very big helpful to us as a finance. Please try to, develop yourself, be up to date with the key features, the key systems, and believe me, you will see an amazing things that could be done through AI and can free up your time to be a true business partners and adding value to the business instead of spending, hours on just data cleanings and data management. So I highly recommend everyone to learn AI and leverage AI.
Thank you very much, Doctor. And inshallah, I will disturb you once again soon. And I hope I can.
It will be my pleasure. It will be my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
On behalf of
Thank
ICMAP, thank you very much to you for your
Thank
kind
you. Thank you
gesture
very
and
much.
time.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, with all this,
Thank
we
you.
close this webinar. Thank you very much, all participants.
Thank you.
Stay
Assalamu
blessed.
alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Thank you, sir.